Hey guys, so for this video I wanted to read you all my friend Alex's story about his life and all the problems he's had. Basically, we both want you guys to know you're not alone, so here's his story. By the way, I'm going to be looking down because I printed off the message he sent, so don't mind that. I've been dealing with depression my whole life, although it wasn't until recently that I started to understand what I was actually going through. I wasn't ever happy. I didn't make many friends. Even today I don't have a lot. Things had started Things started getting progressively bad when my dad went to prison when I was 4 years old. I didn't really understand why. I barely even knew him, but I was sure he didn't do anything too bad. So I'll skip over a few years and start to talk about when I was overweight. I didn't notice it until my mom pointed it out. I was only in fourth grade and I didn't care much about my looks. So I moved to a new school in fifth grade and I started to notice I was sort of a nerd. I didn't talk to a lot of people, and the ones I did talk to weren't the popular kids. I began to try being cool. Ultimately, this made me make a fool of myself, but I didn't notice. So in sixth grade, things started to get better and worse. I began to not eat to lose weight. I was anorexic. I just want to stop there real quick and say to you guys that starving yourself or making yourself throw up is never a good way to try to lose weight or um, be skinnier, because the last thing you need to be dealing with if you already have a lot of problems going on is an eating disorder. And trust me, they aren't fun. There's a lot of other healthier ways to lose the weight you want to and get to the weight you want to. And having an eating disorder can really mess up your life for you. So, back to the story. I'm not proud of myself. I should have been stronger, but I couldn't be chubby anymore. So I started to lose weight. I made more friends. This was due to the fact that I started to be myself. Sixth grade was also the year I started cutting myself. You see, even though I had friends, I felt alone on the inside. I wasn't really where I wanted to be. The only way to get the pain out was to remind myself that it was real. Again, I'm gonna stop real quick. Self-harm is never a good thing to do. It is the hardest thing in the world to stop. If anyone is has self-harm, they know how hard it is. I don't recommend starting it ever. Don't ever use it as a way to try to feel something else or get the pain out or anything. It's never a good thing. I began writing poetry and songs also, mainly for my ex best friend whom I fell in love with. She never liked me more than a friend, but I never gave up trying. As sixth grade passed, I became more and more isolated, but more and more myself. Even though I was isolated, I made more friends. They became my escape. I never turned to my family for anything. I got over my feelings of my best friend and fell for my first ever girlfriend. Now, she wasn't my first ever, but she was the first that I had strong enough feelings to call a real girlfriend. Not too much to that except that she cheated on me. The night I found out, I cut myself so much that I could make a puddle of blood. It took a few months before I realized that more than one girl actually liked me. In fact, I was irresistible in school. That's what my second girlfriend said, at least. I wasn't really liked for my looks rather than my personality, which I take over looks anyways. So my second girlfriend and I dated over summer. Then I found out she cheated on me also. I was I literally was going to kill myself. I made so many attempts before, but this time I was going to. Until my friend Trent walked into my house and made sure I was safe. I'll never forget that, mainly because he just checked to make sure that I was okay. He didn't even know I was suicidal. I had cuts up my arm and I was bleeding bad, but it didn't scare him off. He became my protector. I love Trent more than my own brother. Again, I'm stop real quick. If you know anyone who self harms or deals with depression, the best thing you can ever do for them is always remind them that you're there for them no matter what, and you'll never stop being their friend no matter what. Always let them know that you care about them. That's something that people that usually deal with self-harm and depression have a hard time remembering, is that there are actually people that care about them. So just always tell the people you care about that you care about them. More so, especially if they deal with depression or are struggling with self-harm. Over that summer, I wrote a lot more poetry. It became a real escape from reality. Then things took a turn. I was getting over my second ex when she began leading me on. I knew I shouldn't have let my feelings come back. I tried to repress them. Sorry, I can't talk today. I began to feel suicidal again. Then, at the beginning of eighth grade, I saw the most beautiful girl I have ever and will ever see in my life. Her name is Michelle. I finally had the guts to talk to her one day. She knew I was upset and she hugged me. I was stunned. It was love at first sight. The thing is that after that day, I forgot about my exes. I forgot about depression, but most of all, I wasn't going to commit suicide. That day she hugged me, I was going to. No one knew and no one would stop me. But she turned my whole life around. We began to date after we spent a portion of the years as best friends. Today we are still dating. I can't say we have a perfect relationship, although I have to say that it's perfect enough for me to be happy for the rest of my life. The story doesn't end here though, and what he wants me to do is to let you guys know that the next time he his life gives me his life story, he'll go more in depth and update you all on his life now. Um, Please let them know that the moral of the story is that there will always be someone to care for you, whether it's a friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, family member, or someone you meet online. And he wants me to let you guys know that you aren't alone and he'll always be there for you guys, and as will I. So, if anyone else wants me to make a video about their story, send me a message on here or Twitter. I don't exactly know how messages on here work though, but talk to me if you want. And again, if anyone's having problems, feel free to talk to me about it. So, and like you said, just remember, you guys aren't alone. People care about you, and if you don't believe anyone does, I care about you, and I know he cares about you guys too. So, love you guys. Bye.